Welcome back to another beautiful day in Florida, where I am still working on this Camaro, trying to meet a deadline that I might not be able to make. Anyway, today we're going to be working on the transmission, trying to get that in the car, get that all dialed in, and put some headers on, gaskets, and the list goes on. Anyway, let's go ahead and start working. Okay, first things first, looking at the converter. I had my converter re-serviced and all that stuff. Yeah, there's like clutches and stuff in here that they had to fix. The guy told me to go ahead and put a whole quart of transmission fluid in here before I start putting it together, and it takes a while. It takes a while for it to seep in all the fins and get to the whole thing. So I went ahead and did all that already off camera. But these guys are FTI, really quick turnaround, really nice guys too. They said that this is either a 2800 to 3000 stall, which is basically what the guy sold me when I bought it. So they're right on the money, and they repaired it all. I guess they break it open, they we-weld it all back together. The welds look good. They paint it all up. Looks amazing. So that being said, this is all set. I'm gonna go ahead and put this cap back on here. Or anything getting in there. Now we've got the transmission right here. It's been rebuilt, and what we're going to do is we're going to put some AN fittings in it, and I pray that I got the right ones. I got some Russell ones. They say it's for 704, and I got some fittings for it. So these things right here, I got some angles, 90 and like 45s, some straights, and I think there's even like a 180 there. Anyway, got some line. So I am ready to install these bad boys onto the transmission. So with these fittings, you'll see right here, they already have these fittings on here for the hard lines I have in the car. So what we're doing is we're removing these, and we're putting these AN fittings on here. So they go in right here. And I'm gonna put some thread sealant on there. There was some on the other stuff, so keep it from leaking. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this angle shoots it out here, and I could probably use the hose to kind of angle it down, but I think that pitch is not right. So let's look at the 90. Okay, so the 90, maybe if I was going up and over. But I don't know if that'd work for both of them. Maybe? I don't think so. I don't want to use 90s. Let's see what these 45s look like. Go straight down, carry the line straight through the car. Yeah, I think that is the right one, the 45s. So, before we go ahead and niche these all down, we're going to have to get the line on here. So we're going to cut the line in half, and then I'll route it to where I need it. And then what we'll do is hook it up to this fin piece, tighten it on here, and then we can raise the transmission in, secure it. Yeah, that's the route. That's the plan. That is the plan. Well, there are several ways you can do this. I'm going to tape this, and I'm going to use a cutter to do it. Be a lot of people that say you're not supposed to do that, blah blah blah. But there are also several people that say this is the easiest way. So, because I don't have those expensive cutters, I will do it the way I like it. Which, cutting the line in the middle, I'll tape it first. This will keep it from fraying. Make sure you do an even cut, straight cut I mean, and you will have good results. Alright, safety glasses, this deal, and a vise. Funny part is I have this cool little vise grip thing, or a vise clamp for hoses, literally at the house. Should have brought it. Okay, the way these work, I'm sure there's a million videos on this, but for the purpose of this video, take this, and this. Your goal is to get this line in here as deep as possible. You tighten the sucker down, and this will expand and hold this in place. You take all the tape off here, you screw this bad boy on here, and you tighten the sucker on there. And the whole process is, you don't want this to slide out of this while you're putting this in. Okay, it does take a lot of work, but if you see in there, the hose is all the way at the ledge where the threads are at. That's what you're trying to get. You want that thing to come all the way up. Like on this one. See where those threads are? Your hose has to come all the way up. And these threads on the side right here help guide it up. And it's reverse thread, so you're basically doing this motion, screwing it this way, like you're going to unscrew something, to put it on here. Okay? Anyway, now that that's on there, you want to lube this up and get this thing in here. And it's good to tape right here, this edge. So if you see it backing out anywhere, you can stop. Because your goal is not to push this thing out, your goal is to push this whole thing in. And this will create the seal and allow it not to leak and all that stuff. You'll have a long life on a hose. So what I like to do is just put this here, right on the edge, so it gives me a marker. So if this thing starts backing out, I'll know right away. I'm not trying to crush this hose when I'm having this on here, it's just keeping it from moving around. Okay, so I'm going to put some oil on here, put that in there, we should be good. Okay, my AN wrench doesn't fit these. I have a negative 6 AN, and I think this is just regular 6 AN. I don't know how that stuff works, but I put some tape, or electrical tape on here, so I don't scar these up. Last thing I want. Okay. You see there has been no lift yet. So I'm gonna do this off camera. It's gonna take a while. It's just the nature of the beast. So I'll get this one in here and do that. Okay, after you're done, you'll get something like this. You don't have to be closing it all the way in. So as long as it's down there snug and tight, I mean it's a snug and tight fit all around, but anyway, this is ready to go in. I'll do that to the other one and then get underneath the car and start putting the transmission in. Something else to account for, your dipstick. So got these lines all tightened on here. Need to make my dipstick, make sure it fits good. It does. I have plenty of clearance. In fact, I could probably move these closer over there if I wanted to. Hopefully this fits underneath the tunnel just fine, which it should. And if I have to pull it back out and readjust, that's fine. Now we're going to hook up the detent cable. That's what this bad boy is right here. This end goes in the transmission. This goes on a little hook right here. This end goes to my carburetor. This is an adjustable one. So the way to do this, there's a little hook here. Now that I got the detent cable on, I got the lines on, I need to get the torque converter on. So now that this thing has fluid in it, I'm probably going to spill some, I was told. But that's fine, you expect to do that. There is a special way to do this. You gotta turn it on. There's gonna be like 3 clicks, like 3 different fall ins is when you put it on. So you kinda gotta put it on, twist it, put it on, twist it, and you'll feel like sets in like 3 different times. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that and I'll show you that process. All right, taking the cap off. That's one. That's 2. That's 3. Now that we know this is all the way on there, well, let's hook up the flywheel. That's gonna be a lot of fun underneath the car. All right. For this, we got the trusty old flywheel turner and new bolts even. Booyah. So before we get started, let's find out what size bolt goes in here. Pretty sure it's got 14 or 16. It's a 15. I was right the whole time. Anyway, let's hope it'll fit underneath the car with the jack. Otherwise, I'll be using man strength to get it up there. And That seems a lot of fun. Hopefully the jack will fit. Alright, let's do that. Got the transmission in here. No bolts in yet. But I do have it sitting on the nipple. This is super sketch. So I'm going to put a bolt in here, drag it over. I'm going to go over there and do the same thing. And seal this all in. So I have the transmission mounted up. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bolts. There's 2 here, there's 2 on the other side, and there's 2 kind of on the crown in there. And you can actually, when this is, I lowered this down a little bit, let it sag, and I was able to get a swivel head in there to screw them in. So, that being said, now all we gotta do is bolt this bad boy up to the flywheel. And the way to do that is to find the right bolt hole pattern, which right there. Okay, so I will do that now. You guys saw me remove it, so I'll save you that time. So I'm gonna do that. This is the shift linkage. They did leave these 2 bolts undone, so I can put it back on. So I put these back on, and the speedo sensor, all that good stuff. Also got these 3 bolts in here. Those are in there. Yeah, I think it's time to put on some goodies back here. Driveline, center mount, the hoop, all that good stuff. This is the end of the video, closing it out. We got the transmission in the car. We have a few more button-up things to do. Next video we'll have the driveline installed, the torque arm installed, and the transmission member put in. So that's what we're looking at. And then hopefully after that we'll button up the engine and put that all together, and we'll take it for a test drive. So I still have a couple more weeks probably until that thing's on the road. Parts are killing me. Still got to get that transmission cooler. It's like $200 bucks. So anyway, until next time, have a good one. Bye.